different than it used to be for Texas home games. Anthony Evans back in his home state, set to receive the kickoff of Will Stone. And the lefty pounds a line drive through the end zone. Carson Beck, of course, the fifth-year senior. Solid year, but he has thrown those 5 interceptions, threw 3 of them against Alabama and a couple against Mississippi State in the last bowl game. Longhorns allowing just 6 points per game and under 300 yards total offense to opponents. But by far their biggest test. Throwing first down, it's a slant, low ball, incomplete. Tried to get Dylan Bell. Took the impact players.
Yeah, the receivers on the outside are going to get opportunities. Trevor Etienne, watch number 1. He'll be all over the field. Arian Smith's got to make plays and hold on to the ball downfield. 11. Colin Simmons, a true freshman. Watch him off the edge, rushing the quarterback, and Anthony Hill, the middle of that defense on early downs. They'll move him opposite of Simmons to get the pass rush going. Does a great job in both off-ball linebacker and defensive end.
Simmons has been spectacular.
Wow.
4 sacks already. Texas just a 3-man rush, so Beck has time to scan the field. Looks over the middle, and it's incomplete. A little bit behind Bell, targeting him again, and very quickly it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Boy, a little bit behind, but that's a ball early in the game. Bell's got to make that play. They're going to go hurry up here to prevent Texas. Well, Texas still got their changes that they needed to make. But that's a ball. Bell normally would make that catch. Herbie's standing right next to the official up top. I don't know if he's going to call a timeout. Yeah.
Texas had an extra guy in the field, so I think both teams were eager to call a timeout that time.
Yeah, this is that play, 2nd down off to the left. You'll see him break behind the linebackers. Really a good ball considering he got a little bit of pressure. I mean, that Dylan Bell, I feel like, is a guy that the ball just got off his right hand. He wasn't able to bring it in. But Dylan Bell, Arian Smith, London Humphreys.
Texas doesn't bring pressure. Ball quickly to Etienne in space. He's got some work to do. Makes a couple men miss, but he's not going to get there. Stop across the 30 by Anthony Hill and Jahdae Barron, and the Dogs go 3 and out.
Yeah, safe call here early in this game with the crowd really into it. Just get the screen, see if Etienne can get behind a couple linemen. Texas, good job of rallying to that football. Defense does their job here on the first possession with the 3 and out.
Silas Bolden is an aggressive punt returner, doesn't like to fair catch, and he'll receive the punt of the Aussie Brett Thorson. Texas comes after it. Thorson gets it away. It's a booming kick to the far side, and it'll bounce out of bounds. That is a tremendous punt with great hang time, 58 yards. So here comes Quinn Ewers. He has been coming back from injury, missed 2.5 games.
Georgia has to communicate an area that has not been overly consistent for them this year on the back end.
Ewers looking to throw and delivers a strike. Stretching near the first down marker is Jonte Cook. Check it, it's Isaiah Bond.
It's our impact players. Ryan Wingo, the true freshman, is electrifying after the catch. How about Weisner last week in the Red River rivalry? Keep an eye on him. Michael Williams getting healthier and healthier. 13. And Malachi Starks will line up everywhere with his versatility.
Fake it to Weisner, flip it in the flat. That's Gunnar Helm, the tight end, has become a downfield weapon. Short gain there for a first down, knocked down by Everett. This offensive line is massive, experienced. You got prototypical athletic tackles, big guards, and Jake Majors making his 48 starts. How about that? First down throw, check down again, and the catch is made by Juan Davis, the tight end, and they pick up 5.
Ewers right now, now remember the last week's game, a couple of throws early against Oklahoma. He had a few weeks where he was off with the oblique injury. A couple of those throws where he had open receivers, he just sailed a couple, just a little bit, just kind of settling back in. And tonight, Sark trying to just get him a couple easy throws and get him into that rhythm a little faster than a week ago.
And Travian Wisner tries to get the edge, gets a nice block from Davis, the tight end, and he's got 7 or 8 in the first down before Jalen Walker knocked him down. We're still on this Sarkisian script at this point.
Yeah, there's watch the receiver here go inside. Watch how the corner follows him playing man, and so now you're able to get to the edge a lot easier. Got a blocker out there in front with Juan Davis.
Wisner off a 100-yard game against the Sooners. He's been on fire the last 6 quarters, over 200 yards rushing. He goes in motion. Ewers pitches to the far side, and that's Ryan Wingo, the electric true freshman receiver, but he stopped right there by Starks.
Well, Kirby understands better than anybody what he's facing with Sark. He's prepped his team all week on the different formations and personnel groupings and pre-snap movement. So far, they're keeping it simple, not moving around that much.
Wisner hesitates and then plows into heavy traffic there for a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and long.
That's a much better job by Georgia, and what you expect from them with those big interior defensive linemen, just holding their spot, anchoring down, not letting those linemen win the double teams and get up to the linebackers. Nowhere to run into the interior. Give 97 Warren Brinson a lot of credit that time in the middle.
3rd down was a weakness a year ago for this offense. It's a strength so far this season, converting at 50%, but 3rd and 9 against this aggressive Dogs defense. They don't bring pressure, so Ewers has time, not really a runner, and he has to fire it to the ground. There was nobody open, and Jalen Walker was closing down on him, and the Dogs defense gets off the field.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. They rush 3. They play man-to-man, and Walker, who a lot of times will be out on the edge, he just looks in the backfield. See the 3, see the man-to-man. Nobody's open. Great coverage, and then he's there to clean it up. Ewers can just throw it away.
Ian Ratliff, who's been filling in for the injured punter Michael Kern, punted for the first time in his college career against Oklahoma. Back out there again tonight. Anthony Evans, dangerous return man, waits for the Dogs. It's a high and short hit, and the punt's going to bounce, and Evans will just get away from it, and it's going to roll dead. Ends up being a pretty effective punt. Wasn't very attractive off the foot, but he made it work for 44 yards. Cuevo, who presented our tees, serious Georgia fan, grew up in this shadow of Sanford Stadium in Athens. Of course, the Minister of Culture, buddy Matthew McConaughey, always down here. He's pumped up.
Glenn Powell.
You got Joe Rogan here. You got all kinds of sports luminaries here. That's just a taste of it. We'll show you more. But meanwhile, back in this Georgia offense trying to get going. 3 passes in the first series. In the first carry for Etienne, and Trevor Etienne, a quick burst, got about 6. People who could be anywhere choose to be here in Austin for this game and this weekend. Golf and surfing colliding here. It's awesome.
Drew Brees out there with his kids. I saw him Thursday in New Orleans. He got honored.
KD.
Kevin Durant.
He's a huge Longhorn fan.
Oh.
And there's the biggest star of them all.
No question. That's beautiful.
Doesn't need a credential. They make one for you. Doesn't need a credential. 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain by Etienne. Using a lot of the play clock. You fake it to Etienne and back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Andrew Makuba went up high, and again, Beck throws it to the wrong team early in the game and sets up Texas in plus territory.
Boy, what a bull rush right in front of Carson Beck, and I don't know if it impacted him. Really good job of feeling this. Right here, you'll see him come up and then get his eyes back and get in position. But watch the right tackle. Watch this bull rush right here. Trey Moore just throws the big tackle into the backfield. That's trust. But what an incredible read and feel there to come up with that interception and give their offense football in plus territory.
Transfer from Clemson. He's new to this team, but he's very experienced, very savvy. And Texas set up at the Georgia 42. It's a reverse and a flea flicker. Ewers checks it down. It's dropped by Wisner. After all that, the easy part was to make the catch, and he had plenty of room.
Yeah, Georgia took away the shot downfield. Good discipline staying back. They were not fooled at all. Watch the back end. Look at the safety, the corner. Good job. He wanted to take a shot at the post. Instead, checks it down like you said. Everything was done perfectly. If he catches that ball, it's a foot race.
And a check down. Wisner this time makes the catch. It's so characteristic of Sark, isn't it? Big shot after a takeaway, immediately aggressive against a sudden change defense, and they had him fooled.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Georgia took away the deep shot. They were able to check it down. I think Georgia right now, they're saying, listen, we're going to keep a lid on the top of this defense. We're not giving up explosives. Glenn Schumann understands, that's been a real strength of Texas, the ability to create big plays, make them have to earn it, checking that football down.
Both sides pointing at the other side. There was Ingram Dawkins coming across very quickly off the left edge. And it'll be against Georgia. Makes it a much different proposition on third down. Now it'll be 3rd and 4 after the mark-off.
Just a little anxious on that 3rd and long. You see they're bringing pressure that time with C.J. Allen. The 93 just jumped a little early there. Different play call now for Sark. Still goes bunch. 3 receivers there off to the right. Oh, movement by Texas.
Yeah, there was a flinch, and they'll give the 5 yards right back. A heck of a time with referee microphones lately. Couldn't quite hear Matt Leffler.
Still these two teams just feeling each other out. They feel the same hype that you and I and everybody else felt when we were down there. Had almost a national championship pregame feel.
Michael Williams slowly getting healthy, Kirk. He can come in on pass rushing downs, and he is elite in that department. You have to account for number 13. Pressure comes. It's picked up. Pitch to the near side, and it's incomplete. Tried to find DeAndre Moore on a crossing route. Starks in coverage, and after the turnover, Georgia's defense rises up and forces a punt.
What a luxury to have a guy like Malachi Starks. He has the athletic ability and feel to be able to sit back as a safety. You can move him up on 3rd down, put him over a slot receiver. He has man-to-man coverage skills. We've seen him in that secondary for 3 years. Really the leader back there again this year for Georgia.
And 1st down dropped by Wisner, perhaps a play to remember. Texas would have been threatening to score had he made that grab. Instead, they'll try to pin Georgia back. And it bounces in the end zone.
And what a job by the Georgia defense after the turnover.
So the Dogs, after a 3 and out and then an interception, try to get something going on their 3rd possession. Etienne bounces it to the edge, and stiff arm earns about 6 or 7 before Gilboa forced him out.
And that's what you want to see if you're a Georgia fan, running the football. Get the ball to Etienne. Nice block by Oscar Delp coming around there. He was able to pick up the linebacker, Anthony Hill. And he's got such suddenness and quickness, ability to accelerate. He doesn't need a lot of room. And the big thing that does, again, makes you less one-dimensional, helps the offensive line in pass protection, and it'll ultimately help Carson Beck throw the football.
No surprise, Mike Bubba wants to get Etienne at least 15 touches if he can. Another touch in the running game, and he's free. Trevor Etienne finds a crease and barrels out to the 45, picked up 17.
But what a job by Fairchild right here, 53. Watch the center as well, Jared Wilson. They get up to that 2nd level. Beautiful, and the vision there on that jump cut. Again, that's been missing. That's what you want to see. Establish that line of scrimmage. Run downhill into those safeties.
Ran right over Michael Taft, who did make the tackle. Georgia establishing the run early, something they have not done very often this season. Beck, pump fake, and a long looping throw, and the catch is made on the far side by Lawson Lucky, the tight end. 21 more yards.
Chris, watch this little small pump fake. Watch what it does to the 2 Texas defenders. Gives it a little quick. He's just showing this. Texas defenders come up, then you sneak the tight end Lucky down that right sideline. Really well-designed play there by Mike Bobo and good execution. You get that running game going. Eyes start to get in the backfield. Opens up things and ability to throw downfield.
Nate Frazier, their freshman in at tailback. It's still a Georgia running back room that's shorthanded. Branson Robinson and Roderick Robinson both out. So Frazier a chance to step up here. Short game.
Texas, sure, they understand as they rotate defensive linemen, they've got to win and get off those blocks. Again, it's been an area that's been an outstanding strength. Collins, 95. Sorrell's up there, 88. Broughton, 45. Those guys are really talented. Been getting off blocks all year.
Dublin scored a touchdown on Texas in the first quarter. They've only surrendered 3 points all season in the first. Back on 2nd and 9. Across the middle. And another interception. Going down low to make the play is Bear. Now they're saying incomplete. Didn't quite have control before it hit the carpet there. But an off-target throw again.
Yeah, Carson Beck just not quite on the same page with Humphreys, his wide receiver. Yeah, the ball hits the ground. Humphreys actually worked to the inside instead of working to the outside after he got to the top of his route. Beck was expecting him to move to his left. Instead, he went inside to his right. And that's why he almost came up with that pick.
So Beck 2 for 6. Needs 9 on this third down. Across the middle, Etienne is able to score free, and he's got a first down at the Texas 20. So effective as a receiver.
Well, it's great check down. Everything's taken away. Zone defense downfield. Just check it down. Let him have a little wiggle. That is a tough tackle for Anthony Hill. Really good job here by Georgia, keeping his drive alive. To get into that red zone area, they're thinking about trying to put a touchdown up. Texas only allowed 1 touchdown all year in the red zone. They're tops in the country.
Only 7 trips by opponents in the red zone. You can believe that. Won a game. Back from the pocket, which is collapsing, throws it short. And the catch is made for a loss by Anthony Evans. Baron Sorrell took time away from him.
They're getting pressure on these tackles. Watch him matched up here against Green. He just goes right around him. Throws the freshman, Nate Frazier, right into the backfield. Trey Moore also. You know, Simmons, 11, gets a lot of attention. So does Anthony Hill. But Moore right now has been very good off the edge. And you just saw that the strength of Sorrell.
If you're running back, you do not want to see 88 coming at you and try to block him. Completion to Lovett on the edge. He's going to be slung down after a short gain by Anthony Hill. So another 3rd and long now for Georgia. They need 8.
Well, this used to be where you'd see Ladd McConkey, right, make a play, or Bowers, of course, make a play. It's a new cast of characters. No Bowers, no McConkey. 3rd down has been a lot tougher for this offense.
Cash Jones to the right at back. See if Texas brings pressure. Now they rush 4. Ball out quickly, and it's juggled and intercepted. Jahdae Barron got it. It hit the hands of Lawson Lucky, and a second turnover here in the first quarter.
How important, game of inches, is accuracy from that quarterback spot. I mean, Carson Beck's an outstanding quarterback. He's one of the most accurate. This ball is just a little bit high, and by throwing it a little bit high, it goes off the hands of Lucky right there. If that ball's down about 6 inches, ball's caught, it's a first down. He has to reach for it. Ball goes up into the air, and another interception in the first half.
Kirby Smart aware with Beck, who's thrown 7 picks now in his last 4 games. 3 of those have been in the red zone. 2 in his first 10 attempts tonight. The Texas backed up at the 5-yard line. Wisner off the left side picks up a few.
The thing you wonder, we've seen this happen going back to Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. When you have all the preseason hype, all the expectations, these guys, I think sometimes they feel that. And I haven't talked with him about this, but it's just watching his game. Got through 6 picks all of last year. He's thrown 7 already this year. I think it's trying to live up to sometimes unrealistic expectations and trying to prove that you're this guy everybody's talking about of being one of the top picks in the draft. You just got to let the game come to him.
Yours downfield shot, and coming back to try to make the play is Wingo, interfered with by Dalen Everett. Got to respect the speed of number 5. He's a track guy.
Well, and I think what happens here is, Sark's going to take shots against these corners because of what he saw against Alabama.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty.
If you can get these corners isolated, and the safety that time came down thinking it would be a quick pass because they were pinned so close to their own end zones. It's the time to take a shot. Fleet-footed freshman Wingo lined up one-on-one against Everett. You like your chances there. Kirby said his headphones, looks like he's kind of referencing the not working.
Hope Katie's headphone is working.
Yeah,
Katie?
they are, guys.
Okay,
Kirk, Georgia's comms have gone out, and that means that Texas cannot use their comms at this time. The tech team here on Georgia's sideline working very hard to get comms back for Kirby and his coaching staff on the sidelines.
Well, maybe they figured it out. Sark's not throwing his headset away.
Kirby's got his back on. Got
We'll
rolling.
continue play.
Wisner from middle. Sarkisian showing patience with the running game. Jalen Walker came around the edge to bring him down after about a 4-yard gain.
What a game he had last week against that Oklahoma defense. 118 yards, 18 carries, and a touch. Really taking control of that running back spot now.
Georgia all over him that time. Warren Brinson, the 310-pound senior, smothered him. He's back healthy now, and it makes a difference for that Georgia defense.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that was the concern with the injuries that they had and everything that they sustained early in that game against Clemson. Their defensive line didn't have the depth. And not only do you now have the depth, you got difference makers like Brinson. We've already seen him show up twice against the run game.
Jaden Blue is the running back. Longhorns looking for their first 3rd down conversion of the night. And he's smacked. Ewers has pounded. The ball comes out. Still rolling around. Still up for grabs. And it looks like Georgia has recovered at the 12. Ewers got blasted. Dalen Everett recovers the fumble. After knocking it loose, and then there was a scramble. About 4 or 5 guys had a chance, but Georgia creates a takeaway.
Now, this is the most important thing. Anytime you do this, you bring this blitz, you got to disguise it and come late. See, the back stepped up with the pressure coming from the middle, and this time the pressure from the outside gets home. The quarterback Ewers never felt it because it came so late. He never had a chance to see it out of the corner of his eye. And you said, Chris, the ball's bouncing all over the place. And finally, Everett, who caused the fumble, actually ends up getting on top of it. And boy, the Bulldogs are in great position now.
Ewers has had really good protection so far this season, but a different deal against the Dogs. So Georgia, silver platter here. It's Dylan Bell, the tight end, who takes the handoff and gets around the right edge, picks up about 5.
But Bell, what a weapon he can be. I remember last year with some of the injuries they had in that backfield. He's a receiver, but took some carries last year as a back. So they have a lot of confidence of getting him touches. Remember, we know about ETN. They want to find guys who can be difference makers, especially in this low red area for Kirby and for this offense. Carson Beck, after throwing the pick, a chance to get that behind him, try to put 6 points on the board.
ETN far to the right. On 2nd and 5, ETN's got the ball, gets a quick block, and Trevor knocked down near that marker at the 3 by LaFau.
That's basically a run play. You line him up there. He's got wide receiver skill set. Just put him out there. It's really just a matter of trying to get underneath this block right here. 84 does a nice job, and now ETN trying to get behind those linemen.
Let's say he's getting his touches tonight. 3 runs, 3 catches, and 1st and goal in the final 30 seconds of this first quarter.
Hey, he's going to get at least 20 tonight.
Shift around. 2 tight ends to the right. Take it to Etienne. Beck looking to throw for it, and incomplete. That was lucky down there near the goal line.
Good job there by Texas. Looks like Jelani McDonald, 25, that instead of keeping his eyes in the backfield, he was in pretty good position. Still a ball that's in the hands. The progressive pylon cam shows you that. The knee would have been down if he held on to it. Probably would have been a bit short.
Man, Kirk, again, a Georgia receiver with a ball you have to catch in a game like this. 2nd and goal. Etienne on the toss. Gets into the end zone. Old school Georgia football. And Trevor says, quiet down, crowd. Georgia on top, the short field set up by Everett's forced fumble and fumble recovery, and the Dogs on top in Austin.
Brilliant call on the defensive side by Kirby and Glenn Schumann to get that corner blitz and to get the pressure to get that fumble.
Carson Beck is the holder. Had to come up with it. It wasn't completely clean, but Woodring knocks it through.
And it starts with, remember, Beck throws the pick. Now you got Texas with an opportunity, 3rd down. Great time to call this. They disguised it very, very well. And that ball bounced around forever until the man that caused it ends up coming up with the actual recovery. Here's a great block by the tight end, Delp, who opens this up. Crack toss right there on the edge. You get the big right tackle, 73, getting outside. Nice job sealing the edge. Georgia is on the board first here in Austin. Move him around.
They've been throwing a lot to set up the run later in the game. It's tough to come out against the defense like this in this crowd and run it early. Matthew Golden has a crease. Look out. They're trying to run him down. Golden tight roping down the sidelines. Will finally step out, but there is a flag on the field way back at the Texas 20. This one's going to come back, it looks like.
I think it's a hold. They're going to bring this one back. It's like Warren Robertson.
Jeff Banks, that special teams coach, steaming. That was a chance to reclaim momentum right there.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be backed up after the mark-off.
Holding during the return. Number 17 on the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st down. That is the end of the first quarter.
Texas backed up after the penalty at the 8-yard line. Play fake. Ewers this time has protection and will take off and slide after a short pickup.
Let's go back real quick, Chris, and here's Roberson, 24, who clearly has a hold. I mean, there's your hold, right? But watch where the flag comes in. This guy's doesn't throw it. You see it come in right there. He lands at the 20. I don't know. What
I'm a fan?
Did a crowd throw that? I don't even know where that came from.
There was no official, right? The angle suggests it came out of the stands.
No idea.
Ewers pitches it downfield. It's overthrown and caromed off the hands of Julian Humphrey. Isaiah Bond was deep. If you're going to throw a flag from the stands, we suggest you don't. But if you do, be correct. And there was a correct call on the hold.
Officials went through. It turns out there was a hold on the.
Bill Amanya says he's never seen that in his officiating career.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I do think it came from the more forward official who threw it like a shotgun all the way back there.
Yep, there he is.
Oh, you're right.
Boy, he must have put that, Billy, way up in the air. That's a good effort.
He finally spotted where it came
and he's sprinting the other direction.
Hey, we'll take all the help we can get.
Sign him up. What an athlete.
Meanwhile, Texas faces a 3rd and 7. Ewers from the end zone, still trying to buy time, stumbles forward and takes a sack. Jalen Walker, the elite pass rusher, got there, and this Texas offensive line has their hands full with the Dogs so far.
How about that? You don't have to blitz. You just bring 4. This is their top pass rusher. Man, is it fun to watch him when he is on the edge of this defense. He's had to play off-ball linebacker because of the injury to Munden. This time one-on-one. That's first rounder against first rounder.
Exactly. That's big news because Kelvin Banks doesn't give up sacks.
Yeah, that's
once in his career, I think, coming into that. Wow.
What a win. Good coverage downfield to allow Walker to get home. Now we got another flag.
Illegal substitution on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. It is 4th down.
This Texas offense really struggling. Credit Georgia's defense, aggressive, but this is just not what we've seen. They're usually sharp, clicking early. And Georgia trying to get great field position. Getting the punt off quickly is Ratliff. And taking it in Texas territory is Evans, who skips past one tackler, still running, and he'll be spun down inside the Longhorns 30. 19-yard return. Bell in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left, and now Bell motions out. Beck took a look short, now checks it back to the right, and all over Lawson Lucky is Anthony Hill. He'll lose 3.
They move Anthony Hill all over the place. He's lined up right here. Eyes in that backfield, lined up there. He sees Lucky. As long as he beats that left tackle, 71 Green, to that corner, he's going to make the play. See the entire Texas defensive front not fooled at all on the screen.
What a play Hill is. I mean, another monster game against Oklahoma. Smiles a lot, likes to have fun. On the field, he is nasty. ETN far to the left on 2nd and 13. Beck looking to the right. Love it on the edge. That's kind of an easy pitch and catch. And they pick up about 6 or 7. Gilboa knocked him out. It'll be 3rd down at about 7.
Chris, Texas they'll blitz some, but they don't blitz a lot. 124th in the country at their blitz package. They just believe in their front. And they believe in kind of bending but not breaking. Let teams move the ball, give up some yards in front, don't give up the explosive, and then squeeze in the red zone where they're the top red zone defense as far as touchdowns allowed in the country.
Just outside the red zone here, this would be a huge win for Texas on defense to prevent a touchdown, of course, a field goal attempt here. Beck, this time he is pressured. It's picked up underneath, and the catch is made by Arian Smith. Big play weapon. It's a small game, but enough to move the sticks.
They were in a bunch formation. You had 3 defenders on 3 receivers, and this is just a crosser. This is just a foot race right here. Who's going to win to the other side? Smith, obviously, with that speed, separates, does a good job.
Tempo and 1st down. Long pitch off the hands of Everett that time, or Lovett, excuse me.
And Beck hurried that throw. That's a pass that needs to be thrown out in a hurry with soft coverage from Texas. They were going tempo, so they had what they wanted. He just hurried his delivery, and that ball sailed on him. I don't care who you are, as good as you are, if your mechanics get off a little and you start to press and hurry, ball could go anywhere.
Second and 10, they fake it to ETN, and again check it down to Oscar Delp. They've involved the tight ends early so far. Malik Muhammad knocks him out. 3rd down and long again.
Now again, that's a play against man coverage. You throw that out in front of him, and he turns the corner. It's probably a race to the end zone. But by Texas sitting back and playing zone, they're able to let those receivers on the outside, let them go downfield. The safeties have them. Then he could turn his eyes around the corner and make a nice play that time by Malik Muhammad there on that outcut by the tight end.
Crowd taking, making impacts here. Slant incomplete. Lovett was coming in the middle. I don't know if he felt some footsteps, didn't make the catch, and Texas is able to force a field goal attempt.
Well, it's because, you know, I think he sees 88 Sorrell. Everyone's lined up. Look at everybody on the front, but watch as the ball is snapped, how he is expecting head on a swivel. He gets out there just enough to be able to get in the way of that throwing lane, and I think ultimately impact the accuracy of that throw. Pretty accurate throw. Maybe the receiver felt 88 getting into his face.
So back now holding for Peyton Woodring, who's missed only one all season, and that was from 55 yards at the end of the half against Mississippi State. This from 33, and he does get it inside that right upright. So Georgia given a gift there. Great field position off the return. The last of the undefeated teams in the Southeastern Conference, down 10 on their home field early second quarter. Golden will let this one bounce in the end zone.
Third downs, they're averaging over 7 yards. So they got to get better on first and second down, get more manageable third downs for Texas.
The Texas offense, it's in their first 17 plays, have picked up 14 yards. Ryan Niblett, speedy running back wide receiver combo, makes a nice gain. Holly?
Well, you guys are talking about Texas's offensive line handling that pressure. I just saw their tackles, Kelvin Banks and Cameron Williams, having long conversations about hand placement. How are you handling this pressure? They're trying to help each other on the edges. They're getting a lot of different looks from Georgia up front, and they're having great communication to try to sort it out so they have some better success on the offensive line.
Not a group that's been puzzled very often, Holly. This is I think the best offensive line in the country, but they've struggled early on. They've flipped back the screen. It's incomplete. There was pressure there, but it was overthrown. Brinson was in the face of yours.
Well, we talked about this on College Game Day. Anytime a guard pulls around like this, that usually is an indicator for the linebacker to get out of there. Instead, they prepped this all week. They knew exactly what was coming. That guard pulled around, and you saw Raylan Wilson say, oh, I know what they're up to. They're going to throw this screen pass. Great position, great prep there by Georgia's defense.
Empty backfield. Let's see if the Dogs come after him on this 3rd and 6. They rush for Ewers. Intercepted. He threw it right to Dalen Everett, who's had a monster first half. Forced and recovered a fumble. Now has a pick.
Well, to Holly's point, it's not just the defensive front, Holly, it's the secondary. Look at this view. Anybody watching, when a corner turns his shoulders like that to a receiver, that's man-to-man. He gets out of man-to-man, now he's in zone, now he's reading the quarterback. He's not with that receiver, so he baits him. Great job of disguising, and it keeps his eyes on a quarterback, steps right in front of it. Salute to Glenn Schumann, the defensive coordinator, and Kirby Smart for another great call. They're just one step ahead of Sark and Quinn Ewers in this first half.
And that is hard to do. Be a step ahead of Sarkisian in this offense, but now each quarterback has a pair of turnovers, and it's Beck's turn again in Texas territory at the 34. Pitch to the edge. Bell retreats after making the catch, and he's going to be knocked down after a short gain by Gilbo.
What a game of momentum. Georgia, after the throw by Beck, it looked like, oh boy, what's wrong with Carson Beck? You know, in these big games, is he pressing? Is he thinking too much? And his own defense with the Everett sack. Now another opportunity here with the interception.
Yeah, 3 straight drives beginning in Texas territory. They have run more plays in UT territory than their own so far tonight. This is the 18th. Take it to Etienne. Another throw to the edge. Cutting free. Love it. Love it. Knifes down into the red zone, and the Dogs are threatening again. 17 more.
Just by flashing this little fake handoff, watch what it does to this nickel. He hesitates. Now you got a little bit of room to make a move on him after the catch. So just a little flash in the backfield. You get it out to a quick receiver who's great after the catch. The nickelback was kind of frozen, respecting it, and now he's able to wiggle and get around him. Great play.
Smith and Lovett off to the left on first down. Etienne. Trevor Etienne barrels falls down, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. It's all dogs in Austin so far.
What an effort here by Trevor Etienne. Great vision. Good job of bouncing it back, and then the effort at the end. I thought he might be down. Instead, he dives, gets the hand down, extends, and that is a touchdown for Georgia. What a play by the little number 1.
Second touchdown for Etienne, and these Texas fans and the head coach, too, stunned. They've been playing with the lead, blasting people early in football games. Now down 17, the longest deficit in 3 years. 2 Texas turnovers setting up both Etienne touchdowns.
Well, the right side of this offensive line, trusted, Holly mentioned, moves down inside at right guard. Watched him with the blocking right here. This is a thing of beauty. Double team in the middle. Also the vision by Etienne. He bounces that back to the backside, into the traffic, and then extends, as we said. Coach said he went about 176 miles an hour.
Yeah, he beat me by 10 miles per hour. I'm a little disappointed with myself. But we were in the McLaren. That car was so amazing.
Here you go, Holly.
Your uni, you got the helmet.
I'm a huge McLaren fan.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was so awesome. I did make a bet with Quavo who would go faster. We were doing it at the same time. And he beat me by 2 miles per hour.
Wow, it's a 17-point hole. Texas needs a spark. And they have not gotten anything going on the running game. Wisner dropped for a loss there. Aguero on the play.
Boy, Quinn Ewers off to a really slow start. You can see the deficit that they're facing. He's 5 of 11, 17 yards. An interception that cost him a touchdown to Georgia. Sark searching right now. They're not able to run the football. Only 1 yard running the ball.
Second down behind the sticks, and that's another catch made and another loss. Aguero back-to-back tackles for loss. It'll be third and extra long.
And what's happening is the line of scrimmage is being dominated by Georgia. That's just 4 guys. Ball's got to get out. You're sitting back, able to see that. Playing man-to-man underneath. You got 2 safeties back. Hard to get the ball thrown downfield. Timing and rhythm is just off right now. And give Georgia all the credit.
Incredible job by this defense. They gave up a bunch of yards, not just to Alabama, but also Mississippi State. All-out blitz. Ewers cannot escape. They've got him again. Jalen Walker for a second time against this highly touted offensive line. Dogs are owning them right now.
This time, again, different looks, right? This time, they're going to bring 6 guys. Watch the back. Gets blown up, pushed on his back. That's Jaden Blue. That pocket just collapses right on top of Quinn Ewers. There's 11 again. How fired up is Jalen Walker leading this defense? He's like, they can't take me. Not tonight.
He's right. Not many people have been able to overwhelm this veteran Texas offensive line. Evans comes up. It's a short punt. Nice tackle made in space over there, but Georgia already up 17 will take over near midfield. 18 season, 19 Sugar Bowl. Texas got them 28-21. That was the Texas back moment for Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah.
Well, Georgia's back if they ever win anywhere.
Right.
Again, tremendous starting field position. Total yards edge of 132 to 15. Back over the middle. Tried to find Lovett on the crosser. Misfired.
Texas bringing some pressure. Georgia does a really nice job of picking it up, communicating. Beck had time to throw.
Wonder, could they create explosive plays? 4 plays of 15+ yards already for Georgia. Texas has 15 total yards of offense.
Look at that.
Through 23 plays. Beck steps up, and checks it down. Pitch to the near side, and that's Anthony Evans still dancing free. Does get down. Makuba got him after a 9-yard gain right near the marker. Third down coming up.
He's close. Yeah, he's about a full yard short. So 3rd and 1. Here comes Georgia going fast. Texas got to get their call in and get down and get the cleats in the ground, get ready to go.
Etienne, first down and more. Trevor Etienne barrels forward down to the Texas 32. Got 14 more. What a first half for Etienne.
Yeah, what a first half for this offensive line. This is an offense that couldn't run the football that well. All we've heard about is how they're too one-dimensional. Don't tell this offensive line tonight. They've rotated some bodies on the right side. They've been opening up holes and getting Etienne into space. He's averaging 10 yards a carry tonight.
No line. It still doesn't have their best player, Tate Ratledge, still not able to go. And that tightrope surgery on the ankle, not quite ready. Could be an emergency third center tonight, but the other guys are really stepping up. Backpedals on first down and just fires into the dirt. Don't see a receiver in the area. Etienne was kind of close, but Sorrell is bearing down on him.
Yeah, he's been able to get off blocks and get pressure. He's just outside here. They move him around inside, outside. He's able to earn a screen. They're whipping on that left side. You can see Etienne there. Throws it. Etienne's kind of moving to the right.
Kind of came out of his hand funny.
Yeah.
No way there was an intention to try to complete that pass.
Nope.
Already thrown 23 passes in the first half. He's on that 50 pass pace again. Nate Frazier is the back, and the young guy stopped after a couple of yards. Be third down and long again.
I know there's 5 minutes to go here in this first half. It's an important last 5 minutes for Texas. They get the ball to start the second half. They got him at third down here. And Texas is going to call a timeout.
Dogs 3 of 6 on third, and they've converted some third and longs already. Pressure comes back. Moves sideways in the pocket, incomplete. Tried to press the ball down to Lovett, but Gilbo was in coverage, and it's fourth down.
Yeah, that time Texas brought 5. They got to try to create some one-on-one opportunities against that Georgia offensive line. Beck does a nice job stepping up, gets enough on that ball, actually gets into the hands of Lovett, just not able to hold on to that. Pretty good effort there by Beck to get enough on the football.
So Peyton Woodring will try it from 48 yards. He's within his range. This to make it 20-0. And he knocks it right through. So Kirby Smart would have loved to get 7 and really keep the haymakers coming. Instead, Texas now down 20 and 4:43 before the break.
Sark's been very definitive that this is Quinn Ewers' team, but I just mean with the line of scrimmage favoring Georgia. Do you
He did
think
ask
about
him, what would it take? He said an injury to Ewers. That was what he thought would take. The crowd a huge ovation as the redshirt freshman comes in the game. Looking to throw in his first play, and it's darted. Georgia pressured him heavy. It was Aguero in his star position.
Now, what does Glenn Schumann do to welcome Arch Manning into the game? Brings pressure off the edge. And again, that's what you do with Arch Manning. Athletic ability to get away from 11, get away from the pressure that Georgia's front's created.
Pressure off the edge, Kirk, and then Dan Jackson was all over the back. That wasn't going anywhere anyway. Now Wisner trying to turn the corner. It's been really tough to run the ball in Georgia so far. Picks up about 5, but still looking for their initial third down conversion. Interesting move here.
Yeah, it is. It is. And remember, we talked about this Texas offensive line as a real strength of theirs. When you were there watching Arch Manning get his shot, they go empty. They're going to bring the talented back into the backfield. Wisner.
How about this? You played 2.5 games, haven't Played in a little while, though, and now you come in stone cold against this swarming defense. They heat up the pocket again, and Manning, although he's mobile, cannot escape. A flag comes down. Mykel Williams dragged him down just behind the line of scrimmage.
I think Mykel Williams got his hand up into the face of Arch Manning, may have grabbed the face mask.
Texas will take anything they can get right now.
Mykel Williams,
personal foul, face mask,
yeah.
defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It is.
Speaking of Georgia looking better, Mykel Williams looks closer to being near 100%. The right hand got up. He had to stop. He wasn't going anywhere, but doesn't 13 look different?
Oh, my goodness.
He looks like a different guy than we've seen the last 3 weeks where he's been on a pitch count.
Just super talented, can be a game wrecker. Back healthy now. Pump fake from Manning, who steps up and fires low. Again, the pressure from Jalen Walker, who's just been a nightmare so far for Texas.
Yeah, and not only that, nobody blocks it. So when you don't get blocked because you're getting looks where he's hesitant here, so nobody picks him up. Back's on the other side. Back doesn't. He helps with a chip on the left, but you want to keep an eye on 11 and White. He's one of the best pass rushers in the sport.
There's a flinch. Boy, this Texas offensive line continues to be unsettled, very out of character. Only 6 sacks allowed in the season. Georgia's got 3 already. I mean, Kelvin Banks has given up a sack. That's a headline.
Number 56, 5-yard penalty. It is second down.
When you're consistently getting beaten for an entire half, your mind, you're not yourself. And it's time to right tackle Connor Williams. I mean, all the things that you do subconsciously, the communication, all that teamwork, the continuity, it's being challenged by this front from Georgia.
Man, fires complete. And catch is made there by Gunnar Helm. They involve the tight end for the first time here. Pick up 8. It's still going to be 3rd and about 6 here.
That's an area that I think Sark feels confident that Gunnar Helm or even a back like Weisner coming out of the backfield against the backers. You can win those matchups in the interior. It's tougher on the outside. A lot of man coverage, a lot of too high safety looks.
Dogs moving around pre-snap. They're going to bring pressure. This time it's picked up. Manning down the middle. Incomplete. Downfield throws are a strength of his. DeAndre Moore had a step, but it's 4th down.
Yeah, they showed the pressure on one side. They walked it up over here, and then the pressure actually ends up coming from over here. It's picked up pretty nicely. Helm helps out. The right tackle helps out. You can see the underneath crossers wide open. And instead, he takes a shot downfield to DeAndre Moore.
So Sarkisian makes the quarterback change. Didn't really get a drive going. The face mask set him up, but Georgia rises up again, and this punt will bounce into the end zone. So Georgia has 2:55 and all 3 timeouts to work with before halftime. 10 Eastern tomorrow morning on ESPN and the app. ETN, a 1st down run. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Alfred Collins, big fella in the middle, made the stop.
Kirby and Sark met only one other time going back to the COVID year, 2020. Sark was the offensive coordinator at Bama. That was a great Bama offense. Mac Jones, Smitty, Devontae Smith, they had 564 yards and 41 points that night. Today,
offensive line.
Yeah, that was a great team. Najee Harris tonight, 28 yards and 0 points.
Ball on the edge. Love it in space. Takes a hit. Knocked down a yard short of the marker by Michael Taff.
As much zone as Texas plays, when you have motion like this, you go from one. So look at the Texas secondary. No one moving. So he understands he's got to get the ball out there because look at that soft coverage. All you have is 11 Smith to make 1 block and then all that space.
2-minute timeout. Georgia will face a 3rd and 1. Need a yard here to get this drive going. Etienne. No, he's not going to get there. Instant penetration by Alfred Collins. And Texas will get the football back here with a chance to get on the board before halftime.
I know Coach Saban's at home watching this game. He's going to love to see this right here by Collins. Watch him extend, use his hands, get off the block, and get some help from the inside there. What a job.
Got him too.
Yeah. Critical moment for the Texas defense. They come up with that stop on 3rd and short.
Georgia offense has been putting points on the board in every possession, taking advantage of some great field position set up by some takeaways and a return. Well, it's worth a shot here. I don't know if Texas is ready for this. Etienne is the back. Still plenty of time on the play clock.
No shots are going for.
Nope, no play and no biting from the Longhorns. They're too experienced for that. Worth the shot, though. Texas sends a second returner deep very late. Kirby Smart running around and pointing to his punt team. Thorson booms it high. And Bolden lets it bounce and is going to field it on the bounce. Slammed down immediately. Fooled no one. 49-yard punt.
You're showing a lot of his passing. We keep talking about his athleticism. If he's going to bring him back, his legs will have to be a part of it.
Runs a lot more like his grandfather than his uncles. And there he goes on cue. Manning takes off. Those long strides out across the 40. Different component to this offense, huh?
Yeah, just talking about his legs. And the reason, not just that he's athletic and they're getting pressure, they're playing a lot of man-to-man. So when he gets away from an initial pass rush and surge, a lot of room for him to go.
Throwing on 1st down. Checks it down to Jaden Blue. The crowd energy has just come to life. Obviously, Manning, everybody knows the pedigree. Everybody's excited about him. He's the new guy in town, and this crowd has been kind of waiting to see him in kind of in a big game.
Oh, yeah. Getting close to a minute here. Needs a little more urgency.
Has time, now runs out of it and flips it down to Blue, who's got some space, and he skips out of bounds. That's a 1st down at the Georgia 48.
Yeah, really good job. Nice composure from Arch Manning. Everything taken away downfield. Waits, though. He didn't panic. He didn't just jump out of the pocket. He worked through his progressions from that pocket and then finds his check down. Very well schooled. Remember the tutelage of Sark and these 2-minute opportunities. He does a lot of this in these Thursday practices. It's not just Ewers taking those reps. So it could pay off in a big way here for Arch Manning if they can put points on the board.
Final minute. Pressure comes. Manning escapes on the run, trying to make something happen. Cannot get away from Jalen Walker.
Wait. Chris, instead of off the edge, he spies this guy again. He's an off-ball linebacker, really an edge player. Look at him waiting. Is he going to go? Is he going to go? It's a foot race. I got to beat him out there. I'm not going to. Look at the yardage he would have picked up if he got around him.
2nd and 21. Manning from the pocket. Ball comes loose. It's scooped up by Walker. Damon Wilson, who forced him out of the pocket in the previous play, knocks that loose, and Georgia with another takeaway. They'll review this to make sure that it was a fumble. The arm not coming forward.
What an incredible game for these edge defenders for Georgia. Both Wilson and Walker, they'll play middle linebacker, but they'll, in obvious passing situations, because of their twitch and quickness, they line them up on the edge from time to time. And, well, you can see what Wilson could do. 6'4", 250. He and Walker having a field day on these pass rush situations.
Cannot overstate how shocked this Texas offensive line must be. 5 sacks given up. A couple of strip sacks by this Georgia defense. Now the Dogs, they've got a bunch of timeouts. 25 seconds before halftime. Pitch on the sidelines, catch made, and they'll spend a timeout right there. And it was Arian Smith. Kirby says he took the timeout earlier. They didn't see him.
Yeah, he said 20 seconds.
Just give me 20.
Give me 20. Kill the clock and still preserve that last time out and still have a shot or two at the end zone. If that's the, I don't think you need to heave ho to the end zone here. Pick up the first down, get across the 20.
And Beck has his pass batted down by Collins. Down to 12 seconds now. Can still complete a pass in the field of play and spend that timeout. But they did use up precious seconds on that play.
Well, Collins is a big man, massive athlete, 6'5", 320. You know, he's got a great ability against the run, holding the point, but we've seen him moving around tonight with some great quickness for his size at 320.
Pitch to Smith, and he's going to be trapped right there. The clock ticking down, 7-6. They don't get it stopped, and Kirby's going to let it run down and spend that timeout and bring out the field goal team. All three phases for Georgia solid. They allowed 22 first half points in their first 6 games of this season. Georgia 23 tonight. Let's get the reaction of Steve Sarkisian with Holly.
Coach, what did you want to see the change in your offense to bring Arch Manning in when you did?
Well, I was just trying to settle Quinn down a little bit, try to give us a little bit of a spark, but we got to get out of our own way. We're not playing very good as a unit right now. Thank God our defense is putting out some fires for us.
Regardless of who your quarterback is, what do you do up front to get some more protection and rhythm?
Well, we got to win on first down, and then we got to capitalize on 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 3s, but we got to find some explosive plays as well.
Thanks. Let's go to Katie.
Thanks, Holly. Kirby, your defense forces a quarterback change. How has your group been able to disrupt what's normally an explosive offense?
Well, our guys are playing really hard. Schumann's done a good job putting some packages together that have helped us a little bit disguise things, but we all know a lot of football to be played. We got to quick kick and field goals and score touchdowns.
Does Arch Manning change anything that you guys do defensively?
Yeah, a little better athlete, can run. They got some runs mixed in there with him. He's more apt to take off and scramble, and he did there. He's got really good legs, and I said that going into the game. He can use him for wheels.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Go back to your original plan. You got to have confidence in your offensive line. You got to run the football. I mean, this whole offense is predicated upon the ability to run the ball.
How about this? Georgia tried a little squib kick, maybe to try to steal a possession here. Instead, they've given Ewers a Texas possession at the 45.
Benny did a pretty good job of getting his hand on the ball, actually, and bringing that in.
And David Bend is a linebacker, but shows the good hands.
I want to see how the offensive line adjusts.
No help from the running game. They hand it back inside to Wisner, who picks up 3. Holly had a chance to talk to Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Sark who he's going to go with here in the second half. He told me Quinn Ewers, and it's important to remember he has been very intentional about how he has discussed this quarterback situation all season long. Quinn Ewers is our starter. He says it over and over. Quinn is the leader of this football team. Every young man I've spoken to says that.
Sticking with the run. Wisner not much. It'll set up another 3rd down, and Texas 0 for 7 on 3rd down.
And again, you got to start somewhere. You catch a break on a squib kick that you knock down with Benda. You get the ball around midfield. You got to capitalize. I mean, this half's going to get away from in a hurry. You got a manageable 3rd down. Most of their 3rd downs have been 3rd down and long, so they're 0 for 7. You got a shot here.
Talking about one of the biggest games in the history of this 100-year-old stadium, and it's one of the worst offensive halves in Texas history. Trying to run for it. Pitch on the edge. Wisner falls forward and does appear to have first down yardage.
Yeah, he's right there. That was good, hard running because C.J. Allen was right there. He had to try to run through him. It looks like they may mark this maybe a half a yard short.
They spotted it back short of the Georgia 45. So offense out there needing about the length of a football.
You don't have the most athletic quarterback. You know, it's always safe to get under center, sneak it when it's, I mean, you're looking at 4 or 5 inches. This is really tight. Instead, they're going to be in that pistol.
Take it to Wisner around the end. It's Wingo, and he will break free. Wingo's so dangerous. He's had 2 explosive runs this season on the end around, averaging 40 yards a crack, enough to get the 6 going.
Gutsy call by Sark, because watch, Tyron Ingram Dawkins, 93, right there, had him short, grabs onto the shoulder pad and just unable to bring him down. Good tough run there by the true freshman. So they do pick up the first down.
It's a real big man trying to bring down a fast guy.
Wow.
So now first down inside the Georgia 40. Fake it to Wisner, Ewers across the middle, and the catch is made by Matthew Golden, and he's down to the 15.
This is a great route right here. Watch what he's able to do and get the defender turned by Golden here. Nice job there. See that the defender has to turn away because he's got fooled at the top of that route.
Got 24, by far their biggest pass play tonight. And now Wisner grabbed behind the field. Looked like they got a face mask there. So the second on Georgia, Williams was there, but again grabbing that face mask, and that'll set Texas up deep in the red zone.
Face mask. Number 10, defense, half the distance, automatic, first down.
Move the ball to about the 8.
Yeah, Damon Wilson, and he and Jalon Walker have been all over the field.
And all over the quarterbacks.
Yep. What an opportunity on this opening drive. Can Texas finish it off?
Yeah, 3 points doesn't do a whole lot. And in the flats, catch made by Wisner. So often, so far this season, plays like that are open. Georgia's all over that swing pass.
Yeah, and this is a great effort here. Watch Allen Chris have to get through some traffic. Am I going to go under or over? He goes over, and now he's got to make a play on Wisner in the open field. I'll tell you, these linebackers have been a little bit inconsistent by Georgia standards. Boy, tonight they sure have delivered as a group.
Tackling has come up about 3 levels from what we've seen from Georgia so far this season. Second and goal. Batted down to the line. Just rejected by Ingram Dawkins.
There's 3 guys that are just different on the Georgia defense. Ingram Dawkins and Walker and Michael Williams. He can't get in and pressure, so instead the athletic ability at 6'5", 280 to go up, read the quarterback, time it up perfectly to knock it down. Third down.
You're thinking it was 4-down territory, right? They had first and goal at the 8.
Sure feels that way.
Dogs crowding the line of scrimmage. Ewers has time. End zone broken up. And a flag comes in. KJ Bolden, the freshman, was covering Matthew Golden.
They grabbed onto his arm. I think that's what the officials saw. He's trying to separate and pull away from the freshman. Bolden 4. Watch this, a little hesitation. Now right there, he kind of tugs on that arm.
So first and goal at the 2 after the penalty. Bill Amania, you like that call of pass interference?
Yes, sir. It was a good, it's an arm grab there that restricted the receiver. Good call.
It was a lifeline for Texas, though. It's Bond in motion. He's been held in check tonight. They look to him this time, and Isaiah Bond will score. And Texas is on the board and still alive. They'll go for 2 here, you would think. Bond from Buford, Georgia, knows a lot of these dogs, and they know him very well because he heard him when he was in Alabama. Let's go for Dos, brought to you by Dos Equis. And into the end zone, it's caught. So Bond gets a touchdown, adds the 2-pointer, and it is a 15-point game now, early third.
And not only do you get the points, but you energize the crowd. You get them to believe with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. So the touchdown, when they get him out of position, using that motion that Sark is very well known for to try to create favorable matchups. And then the two-pointer, another well-designed play. Coverage takes away it underneath, opens up behind for the two-pointer.
An interesting call on 4th and 1. They got it on the end around, and there was a face mask penalty and a pass interference in the end zone that set him up. Bond with the touchdown catch and the two-point conversion. Meantime, Dogs offense back to work. Beck attempted 28 passes in the first half. Etienne was involved, and he gets the first play, picking up about 4.
Keep in mind, this Georgia offense, a couple guys get together, everything's good. This Georgia offense coming into tonight, they were 15th out of 16 in the SEC as far as running the football yards before contact. And
wow.
Their backs are getting hit basically at the line of scrimmage. Tonight, they haven't been touched until it's 7 or 8 yards downfield.
Etienne averaging 7.3 per carry. He's got it again, and this time they knock him down about 3 yards short of the marker. Youngalafow on the play. So a quick third down.
We're so enamored and caught up in Texas being down. What are they going to do offensively with their play calling? How are they going to? What does Georgia do working with the lead? We saw what they did when they were down 30-7 in Tuscaloosa. They fought back. Now you're playing with the lead. You want to continue to be aggressive, continue to do what you've done to build this lead.
It's Lovett motioning out. Bell is to the right. They get it underneath instead to Smith. And the speedster able to bolt forward for a first down before Alfred Collins knocked him down.
What a job of trusting the left tackle, Green. Smith knew as he made this catch, 71's got to get out there, so he's got to work behind him. Got behind him, used him not only to block, almost just used him, just get in the way of the defender, Anthony Hill, and he's able to pick up that first down. That's good timing there. We saw Ladd McConkey run that play forever in his Georgia offense.
Fresh bodies on the Texas front. Frazier is the back. They fake it to him. Beck rolling and scanning, and it ducks down because Anthony Hill was coming at him in a hurry. Good move to get down there, Mr. Beck.
Oh, yeah. Well, the end result is him going underneath it, but what you want to watch is the coverage. It's a levels concept. And you have these 3 receivers here. Actually, they're a little bit too close together, but just nowhere to throw the football. So could have thrown that away and saved a few yards. Instead, he eats it.
Goes down as a short sack behind the sticks on second down. And now a slant, dangerous play because Jahdae Barron, who's already got one tonight, kind of jumped the route.
Well, he kept his eyes on the quarterback from the very beginning. Good job at time. Look at his eyes already. He's watching the quarterback more than he is the receiver. The receiver's in his peripheral vision. Boy, his versatility for this defense has been money. Uses his hand, uses the body to get around Bell, and then knock that away. That was beautiful.
McConaughey's down there with the crowd trying to make it hard on 3rd and 12. Beck, pocket collapses around him. He throws another ball into traffic. It's broken up by Michael Taft, the safety, and Texas gets a stop.
That's back-to-back plays by this secondary. Barron on the first one, and this time by Taft, the former walk-on. Watch his job here of just kind of feeling this, and then jump that. If he doesn't allow himself to trust his instincts and get downhill, that's a completion. Perfectly timed up by the safety.
He was fired up in that sequence, as the Texas fans were. Bolden back to receive the Thorson punt, which is booming high and deep. A flag comes out. Again, no fair catch. And he's smacked right at the 6.
Another good effort by the official. That was about a 30-yarder.
A couple flags down. It was a 55-yard punt by Thorson. Almost 5 seconds of hang time, says Mike Black. We'll check the penalty markers. So it couldn't have been A better start so far to the second half for Sarkisian's team. They get the touchdown.
During the kick, holding, number 24 on the receiving team. That penalty being forced from the end of the kick. First down.
That's the first thing that's gone wrong in the third quarter, because it'll back them up. They'll begin the drive down near the 5-yard line.
Roberson, who we thought might have been involved on a holding call earlier, he takes Arian Smith and just throws him to the ground. Now they're pinned back inside their own 5-yard line.
With the long punt and the penalty, Georgia netted 60 on that. Now a downfield shot, and fighting back to make the catch is Matthew Golden, and they are pinned deep no more.
They went after Julian Humphrey one-on-one. Sark must have challenged these receivers, and I'll tell you, the one guy that's answering the bell is Matthew Golden.
Second big play by Golden, the junior from Houston, transfer from Houston. Pitch on the edge. This is Juan Davis, the tight end, who falls forward for about 3. How about that call? You thinking that punt really pinned him back? Got to be careful if your Ewers already had a couple mistakes. Instead, they take a shot right away.
C.J. Allen is down. You're right, man. I mean, the way the game went in the first half, the last thing you think they're going to do is first play, a little stutter and go off of play action, but they're confident their receivers can beat these corners. Humphrey never finds the football, so Golden's able to work back to it before Starks can come over and help on it, the safety. It's all about the line of scrimmage for Texas. Can they win it?
Trying to set up a block for Wisner, who's got a little crease, makes a cut. It's a better run than he had the entire first half. Starks got him down, but he picked up 10. They're in Dogs territory.
Here's the counter play. You and I saw a lot in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl last week. This play worked, and 26 ran a lot of them. And this time the timing is good. The front side is able to collapse down. We haven't seen that at all, which cleared the opening for the left guard and the tight end to pull around and open that up.
They're not afraid to hammer away on the counter, are they? That one was blocked well.
Yeah.
Two-back look now. Blue and Wisner flanking Ewers. Wisner again, this time to the left, makes a cut. It's a solid first down gain of about 4.
Yeah, this is by far a different feel at the line of scrimmage for Texas. They got some momentum. They got a little bit of rhythm, changing up the looks. You just saw a 2-back look, motioned out of it.
We're wired together after, I don't know how many years it's been, 28. Momentum is the key word. You said it in the first half. It's a powerful thing, isn't it? You've seen it so much in this sport this season, and Texas is starting to build it right now as Jaden Blue breaks a tackle. Jaden Blue banging off people. First down at the Georgia 35.
How about that? A little stiff arm after he shook him. There's the motion. There's again. Let's try to get a matchup that we like. Get the ball out in space. Watch his shake. Inside, back out. Stiff arm. Sit him down. First down. Whew, that is pretty.
They couldn't make a yard in the first half. And now all of a sudden, Sarkisian in a rhythm. Blocking much better. And Texas is threatening again. It's Blue motioning around. Ewers is looking downfield and out checks it to Blue. It's a long throw off his hands. Closing in fast was Aguero.
Boy, these backs are clearly, Sark must have said, hey, listen, we've got to create our matchups. Found ways to get Matthew Golden involved. He's been isolated one-on-one against the corners. Clearly want to try to get Blue the ball out of the backfield. Try to win on the inside.
Wisner downhill. All of a sudden, it's Texas offensive line kind of leaning forward, and the Dogs on their heels a little bit. That game will set up a third down on about 5.
You also haven't seen Georgia defensive linemen hands on their hips.
Trying to run for, they get nothing. Drop for a loss. Wisner by Nazir Stackhouse and Chaz Chambliss.
Well, when you don't have a quarterback who's a threat, watch this and this. Not even a concern about that being pulled out. So you're able to collapse on that run game.
This time they need 6 on 4th down. Kurt got to get to the 24. Plenty of time on the play clock. They just turned off the headset communication to yours. From the pocket, slant, and it's incomplete. Beautifully broken up by Julian Humphrey, who wanted a pick. Stepped right in front of Isaiah Bond, and the Dogs get a stop.
He had Matthew Golden to the right if he would have looked that way. Golden with his hands up in the air just because he got inside leverage and had his man beat. Watch this route right here. Man coverage, pulls away, had a shot, much better shot to the right than the left, so Georgia gets the ball back.
Things were pretty glum at halftime. Texas has got into this lead, but just stopped on 4th down, so the Dogs take over from the 31. ETN far, they pip it instead to Smith, and he's wrestled down behind the line. Barron Sorrell said, I want some tape too. They lose 6.
Boy, this guy's playing 6'4", 260 off the edge, just an awareness of anytime there's motion coming his way, that ball could be into the hands of Smith. He was ready for it. There's a great look at it right there. He saw it right away. He's got good length. Out of New Orleans with the Holy Cross.
Very serious guy, leader in this defense. He's having a heck of a game. So Georgia backed up, 2nd and 16. ETN tries to get some of it back. Slammed down after spinning forward for about 5 or 6. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that Georgia offensive line they've had a football game tonight. They've really played well. Xavier Truss, seen Monroe Freeling out there. Bobo, Fairchild, actually Wilson and Fairchild, Green. It's a big 3rd down.
It sure is. The clock bleeding away here in the 3rd quarter. Texas very, very eager to get the football back. Brings some pressure against Beck, who stands and delivers on the sideline. It's intercepted. Picked up by Barron. Cuts back. Jahdae Barron still alive. Dragged down at the 9. There is a flag on the field back in the secondary, so hold on.
I wonder if Smith, it got tied up. Did Smith push, or is it defensive holding, as Kirby's saying? Definitely contact at the top of that route.
Matt Leffler talking about it. Kirby's pretty confident it was a hold and negate what would have been an enormous electric takeaway by Barron, as another guy's had a great game.
I can't wait for Bill to take a peek at this one to see at the top of the route if it's defensive holding or offensive.
Number 7. The ball be placed at the spot of foul with an automatic 1st down.
So instead of Texas football 1st and goal, Georgia's going to be set up out across the 40. They're showing the replay.
Bill, the top of the route, you tell me. There's contact both ways.
Oh, no, come on. Really?
All right, here's what I got.
Hold.
The defender has a right to get in front of him. I don't see him holding him. I see the offensive player as much attacking him.
Wow. Yeah, it was possible OPI. They're both kind of going at each other. I just don't know how you make that call, but it goes against Texas, so take that away from the Horns having that big turnover. Georgia keeps the ball with the 1st down.
Someone has shown their displeasure in a stupid way by throwing a beer can on the field. That's an enormous call, and I don't know about that at all.
I don't either. Sark doesn't usually get that animated, but man, this is a huge call. Contact both ways. Both guys looking at the football. The entire
the students are now raining bottles down. And this is unfortunate. And this is going to delay the game. That's the student section down there in the corner. They're not going to win the Taco Bell contest at this rate.
No.
But I tell you, look, these guys have a tough job, especially on these plays on the edge. But calls like that can influence outcomes. Sarkisian down there pleading with them to stop doing that. There are hundreds of water bottles in that end zone.
There's more restriction on the offensive receiver to avoid initiating contact. And he didn't do that. He had a chance to step right, left, spin around.
And there's Smith going. He extends the arms. Barron kind of just holding up. The ball is thrown right to him. And again, this is going to be 1st and goal about the 10-yard line.
Look at that. Right there. Wow.
Kirby Smart brought his team off the bench away from the fans. Maybe some bottles getting thrown in that direction as well. And you're right, Sarkisian is rarely this animated and fired up to the officials.
He's looking up at that video. They've shown it a few times.
Georgia's going to have the football at the 44 with a first down.
Leave it alone, move on with the game.
There was no defensive pass interference.
Oh, my goodness.
The ball will be at the 9-yard line.
Kirby
First
Smart
down.
cannot believe it. So Bill Lamagna, a discussion. They have changed the call, which is an enormous moment in this game.
Yeah.
Are you surprised they changed it, Bill?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'd like to know how it came about, who stepped up, who came in to talk about it, because it's not reviewable. It would have to be an on-field decision.
I think all three of us saw it as being objective, that it was a clean play by the defender.
Well, I agree. I think the call, the correct call was eventually made, but how they got there was very interesting.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the thing that matters the most is getting the call right.
Here we go, Texas now. Kirby Smart's got to get composed to get his defense trying to make a stop here. Now one of those red zone possessions that is just enormous. Texas has been very, very hard to stop in this situation. Converted the last time. Ewers pressured immediately and slung down by Michael Williams, who his little sack dance has been a monster tonight.
Boy, it's just great to see him healthy. Such a difference maker. Just off the edge. You know, you're talking about one of the elite players in his Georgia defense, and it's just now you're starting to see from the injury early in the year to him getting healthy. Nobody picked him up.
Unblocked, Kirk, and a slow developing play. I mean, now 2nd and goal. Ball back at the 17. Play clock at 4. Ewers. Cross the middle, caught, touchdown, Texas. Jaden Blue.
They've been trying to work Blue and trying to get him in position, and this time they hit the home run with a one-on-one matchup against C.J. Allen.
Auburn knocks it through as Sarkisian elects to cut the lead to 8. Kirk?
Just talk about how you want to use the back out of the backfield, and you get him matched up on a linebacker one-on-one. Look at that route that he runs here. This is a clean route. Both these backs from Texas are like receivers. One-on-one, outside, back to the inside. Quinn just waits for that to open up. Puts it right on the money. Well designed. Give Texas, I don't know how this game's going to end. Give Texas and Steve Sarkisian, his players, his staff, a lot of credit.
We'll get Bill back in and revisit the reversal of that call, which gave Texas that 1st and goal, because it's just so unusual. This is Evans. Evans is knocked down at the 10. Texas flying down the field, and the Dogs will be backed up at the 11.
You know, they had to delay because all the bottles on the field, but they got together and did the right thing.
Etienne and Texas is coming downhill, inspired. Please don't tell me students throwing bottles on the field has something to do with that.
The delay.
Yeah.
The delay. That's when they were talking. It was one bottle, then it led to 2 to 20 to 50 to 100, and Sark goes all the way over there. There was a good 2 to 3 minute delay, and that entire time the officials were huddled together talking it over. So, yeah, in a weird way, you're probably right.
Stadium was stunned, quiet. Now it is unhinged. Second and 10. Beck looking to throw off the play fake. Pocket was closing in. Nobody in the area, and the quarterback is knocked down on the pressure by Makuba on the blitz.
Yeah, Makuba did a good job of waiting to the last minute. Georgia might have gotten away with a hold to keep him out of the backfield. Up at the top, watch that. The guard comes around, kind of hooks him around the neck. But I think Beck felt the pressure and just got rid of the football.
Quarterback's thrown 3 picks, Kirk. What do you do here if you're Mike Bobo on 3rd and long and this place is rocking?
Quick throw. Something simple.
Jones is the back. Texas brings pressure again. Beck has time, delivers a throw, and wide open is Smith. That's a huge route by the top receiver on this team, and first down out across the 30, picked up 21 yards.
It's also a good job by the offensive line, giving him enough time. How about Smith? Been criticized at times because of his drops. Here, at a big moment in this game, great route, comes back to the ball, makes that catch all hands.
That was clutch. And quarterback and receiver. Final minute of the quarter now. Jones reverse. This is Lovett coming around. Back to the quarterback. Flea flicker. Oscar Delp, the tight end, is rambling free. What a two-play sequence. Georgia is threatening now. Woo! 43 more.
Good job of the delay here. Kind of waits, and then sneaks down that backfield, or sneaks down that left sideline, and nobody saw him. A defender waited for a moment and then just assumed he was out of the play, and he's timed that up perfectly to get down that sideline
And
for the throw.
it's 3rd and long. They're going to punt the ball away, and in sudden 2 plays, Georgia threatening to stretch the lead now. Frazier is the back. He's got it, running sideways and dragged down after a short gain as the final seconds tick away in a pretty frantic 3rd quarter. Texas scores 15 to make it an 8-point game. What a response, though, by Beck in Georgia. Let's see if they can get momentum back and create points here. Etienne is the back. They fake it to him. Long throw to the far sideline. Bell's got it. Cuts back, first down at the 14. Strong arm throw.
Big throw, great move after the catch by Dylan Bell. Longhorn down. Kuba was on the tackle there on Bell, who made a great effort after the catch.
McDonald is a sophomore from Waco, who has played some snaps, of course. Beck throws it back in a screen. It's bobbled and caught, and a flag comes in on the tackle there. Sorrell tackling Dylan Bell.
Yeah, we've seen a couple face masks go against the Georgia defense, and this one now will go against Texas.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 8, half the distance, automatic, first down.
Said 80 means 80.
Yeah, 88, run into the football, right hand gets up. You know, Bell, you said he kind of bobbled that. He was able to secure it. Now they're down inside the 7.
Georgia trying to punch this back in, get the lead back up to 15. Etienne, no, keeper by Beck. And he's knocked down at the 1. The whole defense like swarmed to number 1. Beck kept the football. Benda saved a touchdown, but they're on the doorstep.
Yeah, Trey Moore collapsed down. Heck of a job of saving that play. They've not done that all night. Good time to run it.
Line up quickly. This time Etienne does plow toward, reaches the ball. They'll mark him short. Etienne going for the hat trick. 3rd rushing touchdown tonight. Taft stopped him just short. 3rd and goal now.
Yeah, he ran into the back of his own man, Oscar Delp.
Rolling on the field where the player was short of the line of game. The previous play is under further review.
Going to see if perhaps he stretched the ball across the plane before going down. I think he might have. Kirby Smart's.
He said that's a touchdown. Come on off, guys. That's a touchdown. He's confident that he got across. It's really about the knees if they touch before the ball gets across. Watch his legs. That's a touchdown.
He reached out, ball in the right hand, appeared to break the plane before he hit the ground.
Kirby was right. Come on off the field, boys. I think he broke the plane.
So Trevor Etienne hasn't had a monster year running the football coming in. He's been used effectively as a receiver, but the emphasis, get him touches tonight. That was his 13th carry. We believe it'll be his 3rd touchdown. He's also caught 3 passes.
Yeah, very active.
Matt Leffler continues to check out the monitor. We'll show you the Skycam view. ETN, you can't see if he's down, but you can see that the ball is going to get across. And I think the side view down the goal line was the best view of it.
No, after review, the ruling on the field stands.
Wow.
It's 3rd down.
Wow.
I'm surprised for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah.
See if Beck gets up under center. He will. He may try to just shove the quarterback across. You got a couple of tight ends lined up behind him. And Beck, at 220 pounds, leans forward. No signal yet.
At the top, they're already marking it.
It's 4th down. Wow, he thought for sure. Big, tall quarterback, 2 tight ends behind him. He could get a 1.5 feet there.
But lowest man wins. His helmet got across, but the football never got across.
Couple of 300-pounders. 4th down, big moment. Play clock at 3. And touchdown, ETN barrels forward. And now does have the hat trick of rushing touchdowns. And Georgia with the tremendous 89-yard, 11-play drive.
Jurasek 84 with a pretty good block here, but there's not a lot of movement. Push there. Now you follow the guard who's pulling around 56 there.
Big
Micah Morris. Yeah, that's right. But look at the leg drive, the determination there by the back, ETN, to get that ball across and finally give Georgia that touchdown.
They had to earn it, but that was a superb moment for this Georgia football team. Texas had all the momentum. They were backed up on 3rd and long. 15-point deficit. 12:04 to make it up. He's going to bring it out. Matthew Golden taking a risk, and he'll be spun down at the 20. 17 years since the Tide have had 2 losses before November. And locals will be grumbling loudly. Ewers from the pocket, flips it across the middle, and going back to make the catch is Matthew Golden, who's suddenly become the go-to guy for the Longhorns. Got 19 there.
And a flag in it after the tackle.
Did they hit him?
Dan Jackson came in there, and we'll see if it's helmet to helmet. I mean, he nailed him.
He's known as a big hitter, a veteran, 5th-year senior.
I think he lowers the head. That's the reaction from the crowd.
Golden slow to get up.
That's to protect not just the receiver, but the defender as much. Look at that.
Personal
That's
foul.
textbook.
Targeting using the crown of the helmet. Number 17. That play is under further review.
A guy that's plays his 6th year. He's been around. He's played around a lot of great people with a true freshman in KJ Bolden back there. Malachi Starks moves around, plays some nickel. So his leadership is important, but he definitely.
Bill, your take on that?
Now remember, he doesn't have to hit him in the head.
Right.
If he uses the crown of the helmet with forcible contact into the shoulder, you still have a targeting call.
You see the violence in real time of that hit. Jackson's the guy who's really been on a run. He made some key plays in that comeback in Alabama when they turned things around. The offensive fireworks got some attention, but the defense made some big plays.
Is confirmed.
Jackson made some of them.
Number 17 is disqualified from the contest. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Played really well the last couple of games. Now he steps out, as you said, one of the key quarterbacks of that secondary gone.
That's big.
We'll have to step into a bigger role here.
Been attacked in the middle of that defense and throwing the ball to the backs out of the backfield.
It's Gunnar Helm, the tight end. It's had kind of a quiet night. We're used to seeing him make a bigger impact in games. Picked up about 3 that time.
Yeah, you're right about that. He was very effective a week ago against Oklahoma. But the man of this 2nd half is Matthew Golden, who's lined up now off to the right to the top of your screen.
Fake it to Wisner. Ewers down the middle, lofts it into space and over the head of the speedy Ryan Wingo. Kind of tried to throw it to his spot. Wingo couldn't get there.
Well, he had to because he was getting pressured by Ingram Dawkins. If they pick up this block, it's Gunnar Helm, who's got a really tough job. He's here. He's coming over here to try to make a block right here. That's a tough thing to do against one of their better pass rushers. If he makes that block, that is a big play waiting to happen behind that secondary. Aguero, number 8.
It's a big play here. They figure they got 2 plays to get the 7 yards. Have yet still to convert on 3rd down tonight. 0 for 9. Ewers has plenty of time for once. Now runs out of it, flips it down. Wisner trying to get there. Takes a huge shot. KJ Bolden, who's in for Jackson, came and delivered the shot to deny the 1st down. It's 4th down.
How about that? We've seen true freshmen all over the field. There's Dan Jackson. So Bolden, the freshman, steps up. I knew he was a great athlete. I knew he could cover. I didn't know he could come up like this in this big a game.
He also made contact with the helmet there.
Did.
They're not so far slowing it down to take a look at that play.
Wow.
In the meantime, a crucial 4th down for Texas. And a flinch. Are you surprised, Bill, that the booth didn't buzz down to check that play out for targeting?
No question, it's suspect. I think the booth probably had a good look at it and said they weren't going to be able to confirm their own decision.
So this is a
False start.
key penalty against
Offense.
Texas.
Number 85. 5-yard penalty.
It's Gunnar Helm.
It is 4th down.
Well, Gunnar Helm is the tight end we just were talking about. He's here. But what you want to watch is the Georgia defensive line. It gets linemen all the time. They move together, and you get a flinch by the offensive side. It's almost like a designed play by the defensive front.
I think Banks moved too, Kirk, on the left side.
Yeah, yeah.
So now 6 yards needed on this 4th down. And Sarkisian will spend a timeout. Important play as Texas desperate to cut into this 15-point margin.
Matthew Golden up at the top. Matched up with Dalen Everett. Got a safety back here in Starks to help.
Blue is the back. Dogs crowding the line. Don't bring pressure. Ewers has time. Ball knocked out of his hand. No ruling. It's recovered by Cameron Wilson, and it's a takeaway. Michael Williams knocked the ball out of Ewers' hands again. They get to the quarterback and knock it loose, and the Dogs take over up 15.
Now, this is just textbook play by a defensive end. Using his hands. Look at his face of determination. That ball is definitely out before his hand comes forward. Man, he is a difference maker when he is healthy. The line of scrimmage has been a difference favoring Georgia most of this game, especially the edge pressure. Jalen Walker, Michael Williams, Ingram Dawkins, all winning tonight at different times.
And that's a 4th turnover for Ewers. The 2 interceptions. He's lost 2 fumbles. Savage shoulder pads being worn there. That's a healthy game wrecker, and he makes a difference. He's been on a pitch count. Hasn't really played except for the occasional pass rush the last couple of games. Fake it to Frazier. Back on the move. Incomplete. Oscar Delp was not ready for the ball.
This is just worth looking again. The Georgia fans been waiting for this, to see him healthy and able to be able to make these kind of plays. Watch him come off the edge. So sudden. Hands. Oh, that's a Mel Kiper tape that you'll see when he's ready to come out and play at the next level. That was just domination against a 1st round, some say a top 10 pick in Kelvin Banks at left tackle.
It's been a tough night for Kelvin Banks, and one he's never really experienced in his Texas career. It's a Sunday versus Sunday type talent matched up on that side. And now back down the middle. It's just dropped, flat out dropped there by London Humphreys. 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, opened up nicely. Love that Mike Bobo is the play caller and offensive coordinator, still foot on the gas, trying to get plays open. Designed that perfectly with 3 receivers into the boundary. Humphreys just unable to secure that. I think he started to look at the inside where he might be taking a hit instead of catching the football.
This would be a missed opportunity for Georgia to get the takeaway. Good field position. 3rd and 10 here. They've spent exactly 9 seconds on this drive. Beck looking to launch, now looking to check it down, and that was a poor 3-play sequence. Cash Jones goes down to grab it, but they're going to give the football right back to Texas.
Yeah, the only thing that could happen on that 3rd down is Jones made the catch, kept the ball in bounds, and the clock keeps moving for Georgia. But yeah, the drop pass there by Humphreys gave Texas some life to get them to 3rd down.
Brett Thorson has had a couple of big punts tonight in key moments. You know, is he trying to pin Texas back deep again? Kicks it high. Bolden nowhere near it, and that is not what he was hoping for as it bounces into the end zone for a touchback.
Ewers has looked much better help around him in the second half. 10 of 14, 118 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had just 17 yards passing in the first half. Unfathomable, actually.
Yeah, you need a little bit of urgency out of Quinn Ewers in a 2-possession game. Down 15, 9 minutes to go.
Horizontal throw to Blue, who turns the corner. He gets out of bounds. I agree with you. Look, every possession counts when you're down 15 here. You're 2 scores down, but you want to get as many possessions as you possibly can.
Basically, with 8:45 to go, with 2 timeouts, the 2-minute timeout, down 15, you got to score on this drive. I mean, you need a touchdown on this drive.
Clock continues to run. 2 needed on this 3rd down. Still searching for their first conversion tonight. Looking to throw for it. And they finally get one. Wingo on the crosser picks up 3. Brought down by Humphrey. And it's now 1 for 11. So they failed in their first 10.
Quiet night for the true freshman superstar. Wingo's not been able to get on track. Just a couple catches for 2 yards. Again, methodical, slow. Tick, 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 tick.
Ewers took a peek downfield and now just checks it down, incomplete. It was a little bit behind Wisner. What do you think that is? Why isn't there more urgency? The team is certainly capable of playing with tempo comfortably.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why. I just think that, you know, you don't want to be at NASCAR speed where you're just going super fast where you might be out of control, but you definitely, right now the clock stops, so it's a different scenario, but you definitely want to be going. I'm just thinking about, even if you score in this drive, you're thinking about that next possession.
Yeah. Across the middle, Helm makes the catch. Gunnar Helm galloping. That big, long-legged tight end is into Georgia territory before Starks got him down. Picked up 23.
What a move here by the big fella. He does a nice job. A lot of space. Linebackers running out. They fell with the play action. Look, how about that nimble move? That guy's 6'5", moving like that.
One of the holdovers, the Tom Herman era recruit. There's a handful of them left on this team. Down the middle, almost intercepted. Should have been. It was right in the hands. It was Raylan Wilson.
Boy, Quinn Ewers just stared his target down. There's been some openings inside that defense, over the linebackers, between them, but this time it was closed. Wilson just read the eyes, and those eyes took him right to that interception, and he just drops it.
Wynn got away with one there. From the pocket into traffic. Shot delivered on Wisner by Jonel Aguero. It's going to be 3rd down. Pady Price for that short gain.
Heavy substitutions for Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann. able to get the personnel on the field, which is so important for all defenses, but especially the style of defense that Kirby Smart and Schumann run. They're going to show a lot of pressure. Now the question is, are they going to bring it? Are they showing it and getting out of it?
And they've stopped play before this third down. Could not hear what Matt Leffler was saying.
Look at targeting
I
again.
think they're looking at the hit to see if he came in with the crown of the helmet.
All right, Bill, let's get your initial thought on this. Aguero
Oh, boy.
hit Weisner in the chest, but did he use his own crown of the helmet?
It's about lowering. It doesn't matter. Again, it's helmet to helmet, Bill. It's the crown.
Yeah, and I don't use the term helmet to helmet because helmets can't hit.
Yeah.
But that defender drops his head, and that's the indicator there. And he's coming in with forcible contact. So if that's the crown, and it appears it is, targeting.
Well, if it's ruled targeting, that would be a second Georgia player this quarter to be ejected from the game, and it's going to set Texas up with a first down. Instead of 3rd and long, it would be first down inside the 30.
Potentially going to be that next guy.
It is targeting against number 8 on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty will result in the first down. Number 8 is disqualified.
These guys have a bye week, but the game after that is Florida and Jacksonville. So both those guys, Jackson and Aguero, would be unable to play in the first half of that Florida game.
Clock still moving at 6:40.
Pre-snap penalty on Texas.
False start. Offense, number 56.
Yeah, the
5-yard penalty.
Right
It is
tackle
first down.
moves.
Been a tough night for the Texas tackles who are used to dominating. Both Cam Williams and Kelvin Banks NFL bound when their Longhorn careers are over. Not their best night.
No, I think they're a little bit high strung out there on those hedges against this pass rush of Williams and Walker and company, trying to get a quick start.
And 1st and 15, pressure comes again. It's picked up. Ewers, not a very effective thrower on the run, just not comfortable. And Kristen Miller was coming after him. So it's going to be 2nd and 15. Holly, what do you have?
Well, guys, Isaiah Bond, who has been such a weapon for Texas, remember he had such a great game against Georgia last year when he was playing for Alabama. I haven't seen him in here in the last 3 or 4 offensive possessions. He's got his helmet on. He's walking a little gingerly with that ankle injury, but I haven't seen him, and that's a big miss for this offense when they need him the most.
Hurt the ankle against OU. They thought he was good to go, and he did play earlier, but good spot, Holly. On the edge, Blue makes a man miss, gets down inside the 30, but it's going to be 3rd down and very long. And here come the substitution package. All those pass rushers for the Dogs
Here
coming
they come.
in.
Here they come. Rushing 4 that time. Nobody open downfield. All those receivers, 7 defenders able to take their 4 receivers that were out for a pass. So we got a 3rd down and long.
You got that matchup, Kirk, on the left. Williams against Banks.
Now, how's he going to hold up?
It's a 4-man rush and incomplete. High over the middle for Blue, who is pretty well covered. And now down 15. Field goal doesn't do you a whole lot of good. Offense stays out there on 4th and 12.
Yep. Obviously got to go for it here. This is where you get a little bit deep maybe on that play sheet. Find a play where you feel that you can win. Probably going to see man coverage. Got to give Ewers enough time. You need a play that's going to take some time to develop.
Absolutely crucial for the cause of the #1 team here. Pressure comes. Backpedaling across the middle. Catch may, but short of the first down. Wingo had to come back to the football and fell down a couple yards short, and Georgia takes over.
They
get rid of him.
they brought 6. Some movement late. movement late. We'll take a peek here at the AT&T clicker. You know, when the ball's about to be snapped, you've got 3 down linemen. Right before the ball gets snapped, movement late, effective communication, and you get a man free. Ewers, all he could do is backpedal out of that and throw it before the pressure from Ingram Dawkins gets to him.
That was a slip.
Yeah, and he just didn't get enough on it to allow that freshman to catch it. He had about 2 or 3 more yards he had to get to.
Oh my gosh, says Sarkisian. So Texas moved it 61 yards. Used 4 minutes, come up empty. Still a 2-score game. And now Georgia hoping to run that chew the clock offense. Hands it to Frazier for about 5.5. Katie?
Yeah, guys, Georgia's O-line coach Stacy Searles told his group between series, you're in better shape, you're mentally tough, you're built for this, be physical, get us a long drive here to finish this thing off.
That's what you want your O-line to do, man. This is the position that you lean on these big guys. This is why they train. And
they've had a great game.
Clock. This big win on the road is going to be theirs.
Yeah, this offensive line as a unit has had a great game. And it's fitting for Stacy Searles to give him that speech before they go out there in this 4-minute offense, just trying to work this clock.
ETN, heavy traffic. He's going to be brought down in the middle of that line. So now it's 3rd down. Collins again in on the stop. Inside of 4.5 minutes. Texas has got to get off the field here, Kirk. You're right. Every second is precious down 2 scores.
Just to 2 timeouts. Maybe they used a timeout earlier to give the officials more time to look at a potential targeting call on Bolden that Sark thought he might have had. So they burned that timeout. Still have the 2-minute timeout.
Longhorns crowding the line. Perhaps looking for a run here on 3rd and 4, but Beck is on the move to throw. He's pressured, steps back, tries to scramble for it, and Carson Beck moves the chains with his legs. An enormous play by the quarterback, and Georgia keeps the football. Wow.
How about that? You know, he is a great athlete, a great baseball player in his days, and he's just keeping his play alive. I don't think he thought he had room. Once he came back to the left, he saw a crease. And that is a huge play for Georgia, not just to get that 1st down, but the obvious part, just keep working that clock now.
You got big Alfred Collins in the air, faked him out, and then a terrific job weaving back, got a couple of blocks. And now they go back to feed ETN, and 1st down, about 3 more. Timeout taken. Sarkisian kind of going all in on this series, trying to get the football back.
Yeah. Dominating performance.
ETN, he'll lose yardage. See if Sarkisian spends another timeout here. He does. He takes the final timeout with 2:55 to play, and 3rd down coming up. Had a huge comeback. Got to get off the field on 3rd and 9. ETN keeps it simple, but breaks a couple tackles. Still running, and is brought down right near the marker where they spot it. It looks like he's short. On that far sideline, David Bender was right there. ETN spotted short of the 1st down.
He's short, but this run, kind of a microcosm of the night for ETN and for Georgia. That play looked like it was going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage, and he fought through a couple arm tackles and then fought to try to get that extra half yard.
No surprise, Kirk, that Georgia O-lineman lobbying for Kirby to go for it here. Just finish the game right here. There's the verdict.
The ruling on the field stands. It's 4th down.
So not enough to change the spot on the field. See if they snap it. They do. ETN, no, nothing. He is stopped short. The clock will stop with a change of possession, and that gamble does not work. Etienne, a great night. He had nowhere to go off that left side, and Texas takes over inside the Georgia 40. Well, not done yet.
No, not done. And Anthony Hill makes a play. I mean, the whole defensive line, they won the battle at the line of scrimmage. But Anthony Hill, you'll see him flash zero. He's able to get through there, squeeze through those gaps, and get into the backfield and keep him short.
Whenever it doesn't work out, you can second guess the coach. I know that's easy, but if you punt the ball down there, you pin Texas back. Thorson's had a great night. They got to go length of the field with no timeouts, score, get an onside kick, and score another touchdown and convert a two-pointer to tie it.
Yeah.
I mean, they've made it a little easier for him. See if Sarkisian right away takes a shot downfield. Ewers instead backpedaling and just has to heave it into the bench. In fact, he threw it up and almost was picked off there, drifting back into coverage and getting his hands on the ball was Chris Cole, one of those guys who's stepped in with secondary shorthanded tonight.
Yeah, my reaction to that is that Kirby Smart is confident in his approach, believes in his guys. What great effort there to go up and almost come up with that one-handed interception by Cole. The other thing is he trusts his defense.
Ewers again flips it short. Now makes the catch, but is stopped. But it was in the field of play, and it's going to be a clock stoppage for the 2-minute timeout. Texas needing 3 yards here on third, needing 2 scores. Pressure comes, it's picked up. Ewers hesitates, trying to make something happen, and just flings it. 50-50 ball, and Gunnar Helm goes up and makes the catch.
He went over top of Everett, and that's the beauty when you have a tight end as a security blanket at 6'5". Look at that coverage. I mean, Everett's right there. He's 6'1", the big tight end. Power forward goes up and makes the play on that football.
I like that power forward from the 15 to the end zone. Almost intercepted. He tried to find DeAndre Moore, threw it behind him. All different guys on Georgia coming in there. Ja'Cory Thomas, backup star, in for Aguero. Chris Cole is out there.
You know, it looked like he was throwing to Moore, but you could also said maybe Gunnar Helm, who was coming across and lost his footing and went down. He was kind of coming into that same area before he fell.
Every second matters for Texas as they try to get one of the 2 touchdowns they need. Check down, Blue. They'll be knocked down to the 12. They got to get up and play very quickly here. It'll be third down inside of a minute and a half.
Minute 20 out of timeouts, 3rd and 6.
Jog's not really lined up. Ewers, jump ball, try to get it to Wingo, broken up by Julian Humphrey. And it's going to be 4th down and 6. Texas again down to 1 play they got to have.
Wingo's got the size at 6'2" to get up and get that football, but tight coverage by Humphrey, who's also a pretty big corner. I like where Ewers put that football to give him a chance.
Dogs need 1 stop here to secure the win. Rush comes. Ewers, desperation fling, fitting ending to this ball game. Georgia's pass rush pressure, the dominant story all night. It was Chaz Chambliss that time, and the Dogs are going to come to Austin and knock off number 1.
Just incredible depth by this defense. If it's not one guy, it's the next. Walker, Mikel Williams, Ingram Dawkins, Chaz Chambliss at a critical point in this game to secure a victory for Georgia. Just a group effort. Secondary played well. Front played well. They pressured the quarterback all night. Kirby's got to be fired up, and I know he is proud. He and Glenn Schumann of that defensive performance here in Austin.
Yeah, it's been some highly vocal, salty practices in Athens on the defensive side. The game against Alabama, getting the lead, then giving it up in that amazing play to Williams. They didn't exactly shut down Mississippi State last time out. Gave up some big plays.
With Texas now dropping their first loss of the season, conference play, Look at this, A&M 4-0, LSU still unbeaten. They play together next week. What a game that is at Kyle Field.
And let's go to Katie with Curdy Smart.
Thanks, Chris. Kirby, you've been in these battles. How do you know how to get the best out of your players when you need it most?
You know, these players get the best out of me. And I'm so proud of these guys because nobody believed. Nobody gave us a chance. Your whole network doubted us. Nobody believed us. And then they tried to rob us with calls in this place. And these guys are so resilient. You know what I mean? We talked about intent. What was our intent when we walked on the field? Our intent was not to take pictures, not to do all the superstar stuff. Our intent was to eat. Our intent was to come eat and be hungry. I'm not interested in all the bells and whistles. What I want is a team that fights their ass off, and they did tonight.
Speaking of the call that was changed in the third quarter, what did you think of the composure you saw from Carson Beck in your offense?
I thought Carson had great composure all day. He had 4 drops to start the game. It didn't rattle the kid. He threw interceptions. It didn't rattle the kid. The guy's a great player. He takes undue criticism, and all he does is lead our team. This was a team victory, offense, defense, special teams, in a tough place to play.
So much was made about their explosive offense coming into the game. How much pride do you have in the way your defense performed tonight?
Our defense was embarrassed the week before, but we really played really well. So when you play really well and you still get embarrassed, we were able to get their attention, and I thought they woke up and played really hard today.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.